Hello everybody, in this video we are doing another replay commentary, so this time I wanted to focus more on some macro aspects rather than my specific Silas play. A lot of this is going to be specific to Silas, so I will go over a lot of what I do in this game on my champion, of course, but I also wanted to talk about the mid game and how to minimize deaths and scale as effectively as possible throughout the mid game, and hopefully be able to end the game by the time you get late. So, this game we're playing against Jarvan mid as Silas, which is, obviously not a common matchup, but I sort of took my knowledge of how I know playing against Jarvan's normally is for me, and I was able to apply it here, because, Jarvan jungle isn't too uncommon. And when I'm playing Silas versus Jarvan jungle, I know he has a big hitbox, he's kind of squishy, usually they won't build too much magic resist, so he's really easy to farm kills off of, especially if you have first strike. You just get free gold even if you don't kill him. So I figured, it'd probably be the same experience playing against the mid lane. The only thing that I was cautious of was not really, I don't want to get engaged on very early, because the bonus attack speed from his E is going to just cause me to lose trades, and if he lands the knockup with his EQ, then I could take a lot of extra damage that I don't really need to, especially because he has Ignite, so he actually could have kill pressure on me. So, we're going to see this early game, and then once we get into mid-game, I will explain, how we're going to play the mid-game effectively, especially in a scenario like this where we're playing against Twitch Lulu, and how we are able to stay safe while also farming up kills and scaling into late game. So here, of course, I start Q as usual. I'm not going to really be able to fight Jarvan level 1. I suppose I could maybe go in for something. As I said earlier, he isn't too tanky. But I figure, he's an AD champ. He most likely wins an extended trade. And if I E in, I don't really have much to get out. So just to play it safe, I do go for the Q here. It's a level 1. Now we are level 2, so we're a lot safer. We can use our E to dodge his EQ combo if we need to. And if we dodge that combo, we can re-engage with our E2 and hopefully get a winning trade-off. Yep. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry. The scoreboard was not updating. Alright. Oof. I was going to have to restart the video or something, but looks like we're fine. So here, I see the Wukong coming in, so I do jump in. I expected Jarvan to just EQ out, so I didn't think we'd ever have a chance of getting this kill. But for some reason, he waits. I guess he was waiting for the Rek'Sai. And here, I'm actually able to pick up 2 kills. Now, I did ignite the Jarvan. Probably didn't need to, but I was just kind of confused why he wasn't escaping. So, would have been a bit closer if I'd saved the ignite for the Rek'Sai, but you're able to get her anyway. You notice I was probably, or you guys might have noticed, I was standing on top of my Wukong there. I think Rek'Sai did accidentally auto me once, which saved my Wukong, so in the situations you want to stand in between the enemy and your ally, because, there's always a chance that they could accidentally auto-attack you. It also blocks any skill shots that could hit them. So, we were actually able to save our Wukong there, and we pick up 2 nice kills. I go for the Dark Seal plus the double Amp Tome here. I believe I would have had enough gold for a Lost Chapter, but I do like to get the Dark Seal, unless I'm in a difficult lane. If I'm playing a difficult lane and I want the mana sustain, because I'm going to be farming a lot with my abilities, then I will sometimes skip the Dark Seal and get it at a later point. But here, I'm not too afraid, especially with the 2 kills. I'm pretty confident that I can go in for pretty nice trades here. You guys see right here, just do 80% of its health with a single trade. Fortunately, not really able to follow, but we do get a lot of first strike gold off of that as well. And yeah, now we're just sitting back farming, maybe looking for an opportunity to re-engage. But at the same time, now this is something that's super important we'll get into later in the game, you need to have vision of the enemies. I cannot engage on this Jarvan here because Rek'Sai could just be standing right in a bush because we don't have vision of her. So I take a non-committal trade, just W in, don't use my E, and of course Rek'Sai's sitting right there, and I'm able to get out because, you know, I saved my E. If I had gone in for a full trade, you know, Jarvan still had both of his summoner spells up, and I would have died. Or maybe not have died because I had my flash up, but I would have had to waste my flash, and that would have not been really fun. But instead, because I'm paying attention, I know, you know, we haven't seen Rek'Sai in a while, so I don't really know where she is. That means I have to play around the fact that she could be standing right there. So I believe I probably recall here, or maybe look for a roam. I don't actually remember exactly what I did here. Oh, I guess I didn't want to recall. I guess I didn't have too much gold, so there wasn't much of a point. I could have got a last chapter, but... Yeah, another thing is, once you clear the wave, you don't want her to sit in lane and do nothing. You do want to walk around in the jungle, as long as it's safe. In that scenario, I was not afraid at all. I mean, we had vision of both of their bot laners, bot lane, so, and Jarvan was coming back to lane, so, you know, worst case scenario, I run into a Rek'Sai, and that actually is good because it gives my team vision of that Rek'Sai that I would not have normally had if I just sat in lane and did nothing. So I see Rek'Sai top here. So this is when I know that I have a chance to go in. You see, I instantly go in, take the Jarvan ult, get a nice combo off. That was... The reason I got that kill was because Rek'Sai showed top lane. I would not have gone in if Rek'Sai did not show because there's a chance that she could be, you know, sitting in a bush and then I die. And that's something that you guys really need to pay attention to in your games because, I mean, half the time that I'm in lane or I'm side laning, I'm looking at my minimap because the important information is not on my screen. Like, sure, I need to look at my screen to, you know, be able to CS and do all that stuff, but whenever I'm looking for a play, I'm always looking at my minimap to see what the situation looks like and if I'm actually allowed to go for that play. So I would not have been allowed to kill the Jarvan there if Rek'Sai had not shown, because then I had a pretty decent chance of dying if Rek'Sai is actually there. But because I'm paying attention to the minimap and I am, you know, being cautious, waiting for enemies to show on vision, then I'm able to get free kills. You know, maybe you get a missed opportunity, like, okay, sure, Rek'Sai could maybe be, you know, coming back from spawn, and I have a chance to get a kill, but I don't go for it because I don't see her. But I will take a missed opportunity like that over, you know, dying 3 times because I keep going in. So here, again, this is another part where paying attention to the minimap is extremely important. I'm going for tower platings here, looking at the minimap, making sure that I know where the enemies are. As soon as I see Jarvan walking down from top lane, I need to back off a little bit, because, you know, Rek'Sai could be somewhere bot lane. If Jarvan's coming from top lane, then they can kind of surround me, and, again, maybe I don't die, but I probably have to use my flash, and, you know, it's not great if I use my flash unnecessarily, especially when, you know, if I could just pay attention, then I don't have to take that risk at all. So here I was, this was me not paying a ton of attention. You know, I didn't actually go for any plays there, but I did underestimate Jarvan's engage potential, so that was on me. You know, I wasn't going to try and fight the Jarvan, of course, because I didn't, you know, if I didn't see the Rek'Sai on the map, and I don't want to fight him if I don't know where she is. But I didn't expect him to actually engage on me, especially with Lulu there, and I ended up dying, so. Maybe that was me being a bit too focused on my own potential to engage and not really paying attention to the fact that, you know, Jarvan could engage on me. And, you know, we were able to dodge his EQ combo, but he did just ult us, and, you know, we got crowd control by Rek'Sai and all that good stuff, so. But, you know, that's fine. We learn. Come back with an Everfrost. Huge power spike. We can most likely 100 to 0 Jarvan if we land an Everfrost on him, especially with the Ignite up. So again, we're just going to be paying attention to the minimap, making sure that we know where the enemies are. And if we see that, you know, Rek'Sai's somewhere bot lane or top lane or whatever, then we know we have a pretty decent window to actually engage. And here, obviously, I'm not going in on the Lulu because it's Twitch Lulu. Obviously, the Twitch is just going to be right behind her, so. These tips are even more important if you're playing as a champion like Twitch or Evelynn, for example, because, you know, they can be anywhere, especially Twitch players, because they really like to just roam around the map with their Lulu or whatever they get picked with, so. They do end up lane swapping here. Fiora's a lot harder to kill than Jarvan, so, you know, I don't have as much kill pressure, which means it's even less worth for me to go for risky plays. But I can still do a little bit because I have the first strike proc, which gives me extra gold. So I'm not completely ruling out any favorable trades because they will, you know, still give me the value, but the kill pressure is definitely much lower than it was before. So yeah, again, I'm taking a pretty decent trade. As soon as I see Fiora engaging on me like that, I know that Rek'Sai's going to be there, so I back up to my team, and she does get bait, and we get the free kill. Always pay attention to, you know, how your opponents are playing. If they're super hard committing to a fight that they're obviously going to lose, then most likely they have a teammate with them, or I mean, they could be like tilted or something. It does. I mean, there's multiple explanations, and you know, if you're playing in lower ranks, then there is the chance that you know, it's more due to tilt and not actually a bait. But you know, you should always be playing around the fact that you could be getting baited. Here, unfortunately, Twitch engaged on my team here. I definitely underestimated him because I tried to ult the Jarvan, but Twitch actually had Ghost. So I figured, you know, if I chase down the Jarvan towards top lane, then we can kind of run away from Twitch at the same time. But Twitch actually just ghosted into the fight, and, you know, he was able to catch up and kill us anyway. Which was really unfortunate, and now Twitch is 4-0 with a Lulu, so it's extra important at this point that we don't get caught out by his invisibility. But, you know, now we're sort of transitioning to the mid-game. You know, the bot tower hasn't really fallen yet. And it's not 14 minutes, which is normally the two thresholds for when you're transitioning from early game to mid game. But I figured, you know, my Yumi's walking mid. I can just, you know, do a rotate, an early rotate here, which is fine. I do have to, you know, obviously can't engage on the Twitch and the Lulu. But it's fine if I'm here because, you know, it allows my Azure to go mid. He's a lot safer there, and I'm fine down here. Now, once the... Actually, I don't think we kill him here. Yeah. See, I trolled this. I should have just flashed, but I didn't think we'd need to. I messed up the Q. Yeah, so somehow he got away there. That was illegal, but I didn't actually expect I would need a flash, because I could have flash W'd him a lot earlier. And so yeah, I just missed that free kill, which is really unfortunate because he has a 500 gold bounty too. Here, get the Lulu ult off for the knockup. Easy E2 into W combo for insane burst damage. And we are probably going to take this turret here. And again, so we're approaching 14 minutes, so at this point, you know, this is when we're going to want to side lane anyway. We're already here, so that's fine. Most likely, Twitch and Lulu will go mid, and Jarvan will rotate bot at some point soon. Yeah, I am backing off here. There's no reason for me to walk up, especially because I know Twitch and Lulu are most likely going to come mid, or bot lane because Jarvan's mid. The way that it's going to work is because Jarvan is currently mid, Twitch and Lulu are going to go get one bot wave, then they're going to rotate. Because otherwise, if Twitch just went straight mid, I guess they might not actually do that this game, but that's a pretty standard rule of thumb, is that when they're getting ready to rotate, they'll take one wave, and then they'll rotate because they don't want to miss that wave. So, you know, if the mid laner takes a mid wave and then rotates bot and takes the bot wave, then the ADC loses 2 waves. So usually the ADC will want to take the wave and then they'll rotate, which is it probably just took them a couple extra waves. But if I had to guess, Jarvan does come bot here, and Twitch and Lulu go mid. So yeah, you can see Twitch and Lulu go mid. They took 2 bot waves instead of 1. And Jarvan's going to come bot lane now, so that is fine. Now, I am staying out of vision here, because I know Jarvan's walking down here. I know I can easily kill Jarvan. I can't go into the bush because there's a minion too close, but I know that, you know, if Jarvan overextends like he does right there, then I have pretty high kill potential, and that's just a free kill. That's a free kill because I sat back out of vision, and he EQ'd the wave, and I instantly engaged on him, and bursted him down. Again, at this point, no reason to stay. Twitch and Lulu could be coming bot, and, you know, we pushed the wave in. Not all the way to their tower, but it's fine. We get to go back and get our Shadow Flame. So, I am going mid here because, you know, my entire team's top lane, so I'm going mid just to hold it. Of course, I am going to go back bot lane when I can. But just to make sure that they don't take tower or anything, just head mid for a little bit. It's nice because in situations like that, if your team is going somewhere, then you can, of course, easily go from mid to bot lane. So I'm going to go around a little bit. No rush to actually go to bot lane here because the wave is pushing back into us. So yep. And here, this is, even though you guys can't see it in my gameplay necessarily, because it's kind of subtle. I'm not sure what he's doing, because he saw me walk down here, so he's kind of trolling. But, yeah, like, I'm constantly looking at my minimap here, and just seeing, okay, where's Twitch, where's Lulu, and where is Rek'Sai? Because Lulu's going to follow the Twitch, no matter what. So if I see a Lulu, Twitch is going to be nearby. If I see Rek'Sai, that's a potential threat, not quite as big as the Twitch, but, yeah, so here, you know, I'm not gonna, or maybe I am gonna push up. Did I see them anywhere? Nah, I wasn't actually paying attention. I must have seen the Twitch somewhere. I must have missed it on this, replay, but yeah, I am able to kill the Rek'Sai, though. Yeah, like, I'm only pushing up if I see the Twitch and I see the Lulu. Rek'Sai isn't as big of a threat, as you guys saw there. I was able to easily 1v1 her. But, combined with the Jarvan, there is a bit of kill potential. So, in that scenario, because I had just killed the Jarvan, I'm not actually afraid of the Rek'Sai ganking. But, if the Jarvan had come back to lane, I probably would have backed off a little bit. Just to try and not get engaged on.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, looking at the minimap, making sure, okay, Twitch, Lulu are top, so that means that I can play the game. As long as they're not near me, and that's sort of my goal this game. My goal this game is to kind of farm his team and, you know, stay away from Twitch and Lulu. Because I can't do much to them, but I can do stuff to his team as long as, you know, I'm not getting ganked by multiple. That at this point I could probably outplay like a 1v2 against Jarvan and Rek'Sai. Yeah, go for this wave because I know, you know, I just saw Twitch near top lane. Again, not going for the kill on the Fiora because while she is overextending slightly when you consider her power level to mine, you know, there are a couple of them missing on the map, so I'm not going to take any huge risks. But again, don't go for the Rek'Sai because I just saw Fiora bot lane and I know that she's very close. I do walk up here a little bit. Tried to go for something because I figured that the Fiora would be probably not close by now, and yeah, that was correct because she did go top lane. So yeah, in that situation, I figured, you know, Fiora was spot lane a while ago. She's probably not here anymore. So tried to go for something on the Rek'Sai before Dragon spawned, but it didn't end up working. I do know the Twitch is here. I'm slightly afraid though, so I think I do have to give up this ground. Oh, there was a TP coming in. Yeah, I forgot about the TP because it doesn't show it on the thing. Now here, I think I played this fight pretty poorly. I kind of just sat on the outskirts and didn't really do much. I think I tried to re-engage here, but it didn't end up working very well. Fortunately, my team was able to win for the most part, but I think I should have engaged on the Twitch. I think that was my biggest mistake this game. Because I had the Jarvan ult, but I was afraid if I went on the Twitch, then he would have, you know, one-shot me or something. And then my team maybe wouldn't have been able to clean up, but I think in hindsight, engaging on the Twitch there would have been the correct play, and we probably would have been able to kill him and maybe win the fight by a lot more. So I believe I can get Zanya's here. Yeah, I should be able to get Zanya's on this back. It's not as necessary because I didn't actually use the stopwatch, so you know, I would have had the stasis either way, but there's nothing for me to really do, so I'll just go back anyway. And yeah, Jarvan kind of trolls for some reason, which is fine by me because we get a ton of first strike gold. We're able to engage on him from a long distance because, you know, we're playing Silas, so our E plus E2 covers a lot of ground. Again, you guys see me, I'm basically moving away from the Twitch and Lulu because those are the members of the enemy team that I can't do much against. You know, I can't 1v2 them because I'll get point and click polymorphed. You know, Twitch will get buffed by Lulu ult. So I can't do anything there. So I'm basically just trying to avoid Twitch and look to help my team in other areas of the map. Like, you know, we're going for Baron here. You know, they don't have vision of Baron, but just in case Twitch were to come, I would need to quickly engage on him. But we did have the double pink ward, which would stop his stealth that if he got anywhere close. So I guess I didn't really have much gold. Yeah, I was gonna go for a death cap next item, but didn't have enough for the needlessly large rod. Looking at their team comp, we can see, you know, 3 of them don't have magic resist. Their Jarvan, Twitch, and Lulu do not have any magic resist. Twitch and Lulu are the priority targets. So those are the ones that I'm, you know, focusing on the most, whether or not they have magic resist. And, you know, I figure only 2 of them have magic resist. It's not even that much, so death cap is definitely the superior option here. You know, if Twitch had any amount of magic resist, I likely would have gone for the void staff instead, but he didn't. And I figured since he was going Titanic Hydra, that he probably wasn't going to build a Wit's End anytime soon because he's going to finish the Hydra first. So, you know, if he did finish the Hydra and then go for a Wit's End as his last item, then I would have time to build a Void Staff to counter that. And again, you know, we're looking at the minimap, we're sitting back. As you guys see, as soon as Twitch and Lulu appear on the minimap, I instantly exit the bush. Kind of go for a bad trade. It's hard playing around the minion wave, but you guys saw, I was sitting in the bush, sort of just waiting. As soon as Twitch and Lulu show top lane, I instantly, you know, walk out of the bush and start applying pressure to the lane. So here, Fiora actually does a very surprising amount of damage to me. So I actually wasn't expecting her to do as much damage, but I'm not super afraid of taking a fight because I do have my team nearby. Unfortunately, I did not notice the Twitch. You know, since I was focused on fighting the Fiora, I wasn't paying attention to the minimap. And Twitch was able to pop out of stealth and kill us, and I ended up wasting my flash because I panicked. So, you know, that's an example where I wasn't paying attention and it got me killed. Though, that exhibit of not paying attention was due to the fact that I was fighting someone, so. Sometimes it's hard to pay attention to, like, 5 different things at once, but either way, if I had been more focused, I probably would have noticed, you know, it's been a while since Twitch was top lane, he might be here, and I think Ezreal even hit him with a Q that I ended up not seeing, so. Probably could have been avoided. But we're gonna go and start working towards our death cap. We are level 15. Level 16 is a pretty big spike on Silas. Now, this game it isn't as much because pretty much all the ults on the enemy team are mediocre. Like, Jarvan ult does a decent amount of damage in this point and click, which is nice. Rek'Sai ult has untargetability, which is fine. Lulu ult's good for the utility, but there's no... There aren't really many high damage ultimates. Nothing that we'd want to spam this game, so... It wasn't the greatest Silas game. I probably, like, second picked it. But we were still able to do pretty well, even without a good cast of ultimates to use. So yeah, around the dragons, we're just playing to make sure that the enemy can't get near, so Silas doesn't do much damage to objectives like Dragon and Baron. It's not terrible, but, I go for this. Now, that was pretty risky, I think, because I don't think I knew where Twitch was. But, yeah, when you're playing Silas, you know, you don't do too much damage to Dragon and Baron. You can't help your team, of course. I mean, it's still better than nothing. But a lot of the times, you're going to want to try and zone the enemy off by, like, walking around, trying to zone their jungler. Because that will give you a lot more value than the damage that you actually do to the objective. And yeah, so Twitch should top again. So now I know I can take this turret. The Jarvan obviously can't stop me. So I can either take it in front of his face, or I can maybe even kill him if he walked up a bit too far. Yeah, I'm just going to take it in front of his face. Everfrost a bit too late. I don't think it would have mattered, though, because he still would have got the EQ off. And nice pings from my team. I think I was going to back off, but maybe not as quick as I would have. Probably still would have been fine. And yeah, as you guys saw, as soon as I backed off, you know, Twitch and Lulu showed up. So I had just enough time to get that turret, and then I had to leave. Because they left vision. Now, yeah, so the reason I'm staying here is because I'm really close to my death cap. Normally, I probably would have gone back here because there's not really much for me to do, but I was 300 gold off death cap, and I wanted to get enough for that, so... yeah, I think I farm a wave or two. I actually don't... I think I have to sell my Darksteel for it, but I do get enough. Now here, I do want to go back. I'm not sure what Wukong's doing here, but I am going to go back here because Baron is up in 20 seconds, and I do not want to be bot lane. I'm not sure why Wukong stayed. That was pretty troll, I think, because Fiora's not worth that much. It doesn't matter too much because it's difficult for the enemy team to rush Baron. I mean, Twitch does a lot of damage to it, but the rest of them are kind of weak. But at the same time, I do want to be on the same side of the map because there's no reason to potentially give them a free Baron just by being in the wrong area of the map. So yeah, again, you know, I'm just going mid because Twitch was top, so going wherever he is not. And yeah, we're just gonna hang out around this area for a bit. And just make sure that we're in walking distance of Baron. We don't want to be, like, super far bot lane, pushing up super far, because, you know, if they start Baron, it's going to take us a while to actually get there. But, you know, if we stay around mid lane, you know, bot river is fine. That'll give us enough time to go to Baron if we need to. And you see here, they were actually, I believe they were actually starting it, and since we were in the area, we were able to jump over the wall and start heading towards it. Yeah, so Twitch shows top. I am, because he's, you know, pushed up pretty far, I'm not super afraid. You know, I don't want to get caught out by Lulu, of course, but I do have the Zanyas, and my team is nearby if I need them. So harassing their Rek'Sai a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, our Skarner died to the Fiora 1v1, which was really sad because he had teleport, which is why he was bot lane. You know, normally if you have someone with teleport on your team, they should be the ones going bot lane when Baron's up, because if there is a fight on Baron, they can just TP. You know, I don't take TP, so I need to be a bit more cautious around those objectives and make sure that I'm in the general area. But, yeah, Skarner dying there was really unfortunate because it loses us a lot of pressure on Baron. And they probably could have taken it, actually, because Fiora... I think Fiora actually did TP. So... I don't think they take it here, but they definitely could have. Now, Skarner does get his TP off mid lane because they did take a long time to actually get on it. But, you know, if Skarner had... or if Fiora had TP'd immediately after Skarner died and they started it, then it would have been really hard for us to stop that in 4v5. Here, Skarner gets us a nice kill on the Rex side. Yeah, at this point, it's been a while since we've actually, you know, transitioned to late game, but just to be clear that this is the late game at this point. We're not in the mid game anymore. And here, I think I barely lived. As soon as Jarvan engaged on me, I knew that Twitch was going to be nearby, but I didn't actually, I wasn't really able to get out super easily, but we were able to live. And I think my team went towards Baron, which we can't help them because we're super low, so we're just going to go back. Yeah, so this is officially the late game. You know, we have 3 dragons, enemy team has 2, so we're on still point. You know, Baron is a high priority objective at this point because it's pretty easy for one team to take uncontested at 30 minutes in, and we are currently only half an item off the full build. All we need to do left is finish the last part of our Void Staff, and we will be as strong as we can get. So in these scenarios on Silas, you mainly want to look for one-shots on carries or even frontliners, because you do have enough damage to do that. And yeah, you don't want to overcommit too much, because you can die really easily, but you can also use your Zanyas to bait the enemy team, if you're confident in that. I think my team, unfortunately, all dies top here. I wanted to go for a split push with Baron buff, but my team actually gets kind of collapsed on up here, and I don't think they focused the Twitch. I guess they did, but just one-shots them. So that was really unfortunate. It forces me to back here. Maybe I should have been with them. I'm not actually sure about that one. I think they probably should have been more careful about the Twitch, but yeah. So this at this point, you know, we kind of just want to defend. I'm not super afraid of the enemy team. They were all pretty low health from that fight, but just got to make sure that we don't lose anything too major, since I am the only one left alive on my team. And at the same time, we're getting some nice waves, which will farm us up to our Void Staff, which we're probably about 500 gold off of right now. And then we'll also want another 500 gold for the Elixir of Sorcery. Yeah, at this point, we are very strong. We just need to make sure that we're not getting focused in fights. And yeah, I'm kind of just working to farm up to my Void Staff, just to hit full build. At this point, side laning isn't actually that amazing because, you know, the enemy team doesn't have any turrets, and Silas isn't the greatest split pusher. So getting those outer turrets and those inner turrets is pretty easy, but once you get later in the game, there's not really much I can actually do, because pushing up to their inhib turret is going to put me in a very vulnerable spot. And again, you know, the theme of this video is that we need to be paying attention and to not put us in unnecessarily risky situations. And unfortunately, with the way that the inhibitor turrets are, we're pretty much always going to be at risk unless for some reason the enemy team is pushed up super far in like top lane or something. So here I see the Lulu. See, this is another example where now I do ego this a little bit, and we end up dying here, I believe. My team doesn't come and save me in time, sadly. I I don't think Yumi was able to get an E off on me, but see, that's another example of where we were able to get a free kill because we were looking at our map. And I should have disengaged afterwards. I got a little bit too confident, and Fiora did a ton of damage to me. But I was paying attention to the map. I know Twitch is dead, so that's their main threat gone. And I know that Jarvan and Rek'Sai were pushed up somewhere around here. So when I see Lulu walking in this area, I know that she's pretty much by herself. So I was able to go in, pretty much one-shot her, and, you know, that would have been really, really nice if I didn't end up dying, but, you know, my team was able to clean up a little bit, so it's fine. Yeah, this is my team fighting. I think the enemy team just surrenders here. We don't actually get to do anything. But, you know, I think we played this game pretty well. We had a couple slip-ups, but overall, you know, we did a nice job of paying attention to the map, making sure that we were safe, and, you know, we weren't going to be contested at all before going for any risky plays. And then when we were able to go for those risky plays, they pretty much all paid off because we had the ability to go for those, and we knew that we could. So I did actually stream this game, so if you guys want to see my live commentary on this game, it is on Tuesday's stream, which will be yesterday if you're watching this video the day it comes out. So I believe this was the first game there. So, you know, a pretty nicely played game. Again, just how to minimize deaths. Just pay attention to the minimap. When I'm sidelining here, half of my time is spent watching the minimap, you know, pretty intensely because I'm just looking for any opening I can where, you know, enemy ADC shows top lane, enemy jungler shows bot lane, like whatever opening I need, and I'm able to go in, get free kills because I'm paying attention to those openings and I'm taking advantage of them. And sure, you know, maybe if I don't see Twitch top lane, then there's always a chance he could be there anyway, and so, you know, maybe I could go for a kill, but the issue is the risk associated with it, and, you know, a lot of it is, you know, you want to maximize your gains while minimizing your risk. So you could try and go for, you know, these risky kills where you don't have vision of anyone, and they could work if the enemies just happen to be on the other side of the map. But, you know, if they don't work because the enemies are nearby, then you're putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. And, you know, even if the play does work, it's not necessarily going to be that that impactful, especially if you're killing someone like a 1-in-5 Jarvan. You know, I'm going to kill him whenever I can, because why not? But I'm not going to put myself in an overly dangerous situation to do so. So, that is my advice on how to, you know, minimize your deaths in the early and mid game. Didn't focus too much on the late game here, but a lot of it is just paying attention to your minimap, knowing when you're allowed to go for plays, because a lot of the times, you know, the game state does not allow you to go for a play because the jungler or the enemy ADC, if they're playing Twitch or some other weird thing, or the enemy support, could just show up and ruin your plans if you're not being careful. So, anyway, you guys like this content, you want to see more, please consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.